I think I'm all, just make sure my top is on.
Hi, Shirley. Lovely to see you.
Hello, Parul. So lovely.
And thank you for your time. And to all the audience, this is Parul Begum, Life and Leadership Coach. As usual, this is our another episode, part of our self-confidence episode that you've seen quite a lot of them in our YouTube channel. And today we have a special guest, Shirley Powell. Now, Shirley is an author, health and lifestyle coach, a mentor, and also an entrepreneur. So I'm not going to introduce Shirley much because I would like you to hear from her. And today's topic is bouncing back from COVID. Shirley recently suffered COVID, and she's got loads of tips for us to learn from her own personal experience, also as a health expert from her health expert perspective as well. So Shirley, thank you for coming in. Now, if you could introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and why.
Well, as you said, I'm Shirley Powell. I'm a lifestyle coach. I'm also a nurse of 36 years. I live in the UK. I'm originally from a place called Bedford, if many of you know Bedford, but I've been born in the UK and did all my schooling here. I'm one of 5 children, the middle one. And I'm very passionate about health and well-being. And in 2016, I started my own business called Your Life in Your Hands. And what we do is we offer health and lifestyle assessments to people in the community, mainly focusing on people over 35, because that's usually when things start to happen in our lives. So I do screening for diabetes and cholesterol and help people to live and stay well. So it's supporting them with their health and ongoing health management. So we do lifestyle management, health management, and screening for diabetes. And we also help with nutrition. So those are the things that we do.
Thank you, Shirley. Now, you recently had COVID, and you were quite seriously ill, and you found your way to recover by staying at home despite of the challenges. You didn't go into hospital. Can you share some tips on food, drinks, and nutrition?
Well, while I was at home, one of the things that was recommended to me, because I had somebody who supported me, who was a homeopathic lady who supported me with a lot of different things to take. So one of the things that it was so important is to keep your immunity boosted. So it's very good to boost your immunity. So the things that are recommended is to have vitamin C, zinc, and also vitamin D3, and also to have things like garlic, turmeric, and ginger in your home to make up a drink to boil and drink. That is the sort of natural remedies that I had, where, you know, because we'd have that and mix it up and then have it as a drink made with coconut water or ordinary water, and just drink a glass of, like a little wine glass of it every day to kind of help. Because garlic is like an antibacterial. Turmeric is good for anti-inflammatory, and it also supports the immune system. And then you've got your ginger, which is also very good for your body as well. And one of the things I was advised to do as well is to drink hot fluids, not to have cold fluids when you have COVID, because the virus doesn't like heat. So by having the hot drinks, it actually flushes a lot of the stuff down into your stomach and then flushes it out of your system, because it can sit in the back of your paranasal area and it can sit in the back of your throat. So it's really important to have a lot of hot drinks to kind of wash everything away. The other important thing was in the mornings, to get myself going, this is something I was doing before anyway, is having some hot lemon with a little bit of apple cider and drink that in the morning to actually get yourself open for appetite. Because I found that when I had COVID, I lost my appetite a bit. And I wanted something to try and keep my appetite going. So just having like small meals, like soups, you know, things like that. And I had a good neighbor of mine who made me something, because one of the things you do is you feel very tired. It kind of really zaps your energy. So those are the things. And there were other remedies as well, which I can share with you later. I'm just conscious of the time. So, but it's things like herbal supplements. I would always recommend that people take a very good multivitamin. which has everything in it. Zinc is good for the body, so it's important to have zinc. Another thing that was recommended is colloquial silver. Don't know if you've heard of it, but by drinking that silver, it's like an antibacterial to the body. Having some of that each day also helped. And there were different herbal supplements, which I'm happy to share with you later, that I took and had it like a cup of tea every day. So those are the things that I did. And also one of the things which really helped is because it can affect your breathing, is by sitting up at night or lying on your stomach at night to try and clear the lungs, because sometimes you can get what the virus can do. It can congest your lungs. So it helps you to kind of clear anything that sits in your lungs. And inhalation, steam inhalations twice a day, more if you can do it, to steam, to get this to help you with your nasal and also get rid of the virus, by putting some eucalyptus or some lavender oil, or another thing that was recommended to me by a dear friend was oregano oil. I don't know if you've heard of it, Parul, but oregano oil, having like 4 drops of oregano oil in hot water to drink, or have it in you put it in your diffuser, and it really then acts as the antibacterial in the room while you're having it. So there was quite a lot of different things I used, and I did bounce back. As you can see, yeah. I bounced back well.
you looking glorious now, you know, like I remember seeing a month ago to now, you know. Yeah.
A lot of people say they didn't think I'd been ill.
Yeah, no, thank you, Shirley. No, you get quite a lot of important tips. It doesn't cost money to look after, you know, much money to look after yourself, you know, having some nutrition and multivitamin, but also homemade remedy. Everybody got these things at home. So it's really important to look after, you know, ourselves. And COVID, everybody have different experience. You know, people, I mean, my son lost his taste for 4 weeks. So I had to give him, I just boost him with lots of nutrition. Now, you know, different people have a different symptoms, you know, different ways.
Yeah, I lost my sense of smell as well. Yeah. I normally wash my clothes, and then I went to smell my clothes, and it was really weird. I just couldn't smell anything, because I normally smell the comfort, you know, the Lenore, the fabric.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Couldn't smell anything. It was so weird. You know.
Yeah, no, it's affected differently. I think there is no one thing fits all. Everybody is different, and everybody body are different. But is the mental, that's what my question gonna be, is mentally how we keep. Now, can you, from your experience, Shirley, tell us practically what people can do to keep up with low feeling? You know, people become very low and weak. So, you know, how people can look after themselves and become more energetic, body and mind, both ways.
Well, during the COVID period, or what I did was actually just listen to my body and slept. So when I felt low energy, I would go and lie down, because I just, you know, it does really zap your energy. But I think the important thing is to get enough sleep. We need to have at least 8 hours sleep a night, because when you have 8 hours sleep, your body starts to heal itself, and it replenishes cells, old cells and things like that. And while you're sleeping, your lungs are detoxifying, and your brain cells are repairing, and all different parts of the body are repairing, and they do that at a certain time of night. So sleep is very important to actually help to once you get your rest, then you can feel energized. Because there was days that I'd had a good sleep. I mean, I slept, boy, did I sleep. And then I woke up the next day, I felt really energetic, and I thought, oh, I'll just do some washing up. And then by the afternoon, I was like, oh. So yes, it's important to get your rest. Another thing is meditation, or I mean, I pray because I'm a Christian, but other people may want to meditate and just do some deep breathing. The deep breathing also helps with the lungs by deep breathing, because you're doing some deep breathing in, and that helps to kind of get all of the old toxins out of your body by doing your deep breathing and things like that. And just listening to some nice music, whatever you want to do, or listen to an audio, or I mean, I didn't concentrate on reading, but if you have an audio, you can listen to a book there, or watch a really good film, just something to just make you feel relaxed. There were times when I did feel stronger. I mean, because we weren't allowed to go out to walk, but since post-COVID, going just for a short walk, just, you know, as far as you can go, just to get some fresh air when you are free, or just out into your garden so that you can get some fresh air. But I think it's about keeping active, keeping your mind active, so you're not sort of dwelling on the sickness all the time. Otherwise it can just make you feel more depressed. And still get up, try and get up, even if you get up for you know, half the day. Get up and try and do a little bit of what you can do, but when you feel your body to rest, is to rest. So those are the things I would say that people can do to help themselves through that period, and all the time really, even now, because, you know, in the lockdown a lot of people were indoors a lot, so they didn't have the fresh air. You know, it's so important to get fresh air into your lungs, you know, and just have a change of scenery so you're out of the four walls, because being in the four walls and not seeing anybody and you're in isolation, it can make you feel even more depressed, you know. Absolutely. So, you know, talking to a friend on the phone or just having a chat with someone. I really enjoyed when people actually did contact me. The only thing is I couldn't speak for long because of the coughing, but it was nice that, you know, that people were thinking about you and talking to you. So yeah, those are the kinds of things that you can do. But rest, drinking lots of water, keep hydrated, because if you do, and try to avoid sugary carbs, you know, things like sugary cereals and things, because they can give you a boost in the morning and then zap your energy in the afternoon. So try and have like protein meals and something like scrambled egg or some high protein shakes or smoothie or something to boost your energy as well. So those are the things that people can do. I have a lot more on my Instagram page or on my Facebook page if people want to see a bit more of things of what to do as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure people can visit you. You got your name. So Shirley, you know, one of the thing, I mean, our episode is we focus on confidence. And one of the thing what I've seen is, you know, when people get ill, people lose that. Doesn't matter how confident they are. Soon as they get ill, their family member get ill, their confidence just hit back. It goes really low. Then they go, what if I go COVID? What if I go this? And you know, people start panicking. And what I've seen last year and a half, since COVID started, people more panic, even with normal cold and cough. People just, I mean, as a mom, I get worried when my children come home from school being ill. I just thought, what if? But is learning about tips, how to bounce back from that feeling, you know? So if you could share some tips when people start thinking that worse, what people can do to maintain their emotion, take control of their emotion, and not let the emotion to take their self-confidence down.
I think it's important really for people to just, or anyone, you know, I mean, things that I do when I get a little bit emotional, I kind of talk to myself and say, come on, Shirley, pull yourself together, you know, it's not going to be that bad. What could be, you know, because it's like a thought that you're thinking, but it might never happen. Do you know what I mean? And it's sort of like that fear comes in. So I try just to renew my mind and start thinking of things. And one of the great things that I do is I have affirmations. So I speak positive things through affirmations. And I don't know if any of the audience will have that, but you have your certain views, like I always just say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, you know, and just say things to myself, you know, I am strong, you know, and some people have said that by repeating affirmations, that can actually make them feel better. Another thing is just try not to be concerned too much about if they haven't got something wrong with them. And if they do have a concern, research things out and try and find out if there is something that they're concerned about, but try and keep themselves mentally well as physically well. And what I mean by keeping yourself mentally well is actually focusing on reading something that is going to, or watch a film, something that's going to activate your mind, so you're not constantly thinking on the same thing. Renewing your mind. I always say renewing your mind. I wrote a chapter in a book that I've written as the author, and one of the things I suggest to people is to renew their mind. And also self-care. Go and treat yourself. Go out and treat yourself, do your nails. If you're a lady, do your nails, go and have your feet done. If you're a man, a nice massage, something to just relax yourself and not to kind of focus on the thing in hand. When you, not if you're in COVID, obviously, but if you've got somebody with you that can just to support you in that way, and just start to do something nice to make yourself feel better rather than dwell on the thing all the time. And eventually, if you talk to somebody about how you're feeling as well, it can help to boost your confidence as well, not kind of bottle things up and keep it to yourself. So those are some of the things. Go for a nice walk. Apparently, walking is supposed to be very good for the endorphins. And, you know, try and laugh a little, have a laugh, have a bit of fun as well. I love to have fun, have a good dance, you know, put on a good song and have a good dance, you know, something to kind of lift your spirit and actually get the endorphins working.
Oh, wow. There is, you know, in a nutshell, you gave a lots of tips, Shirley. And I think, you know, first of all, you said, you know, reframe your mind or retrain your mind, you know, people can just do on one simple thing. And I remember last year, beginning of first round of COVID, I got really ill after coming from event. 2 days, I was in a dark zone. And then I watched something, one of the mentors actually put down, saying, you know, about, and I picked up my phone and I recorded on Facebook how I felt. And I said, I'm going to have a shower and I'm going to not let my mind take over me. Yes. You know, and I think that's the feeling, isn't it? Just quickly have to take control of your mind, whether that's through reading a book, listening. And if they're in COVID, do some star jam at home. People can do, listen, watch YouTube, got loads of stuff. People can just go into YouTube and do things. And, you know, if you're not allowed out, do things at home. So, you know, you talked about nutrition, you talked about normal food and drink, you know, practically, and sleep, you know, because sleep and another thing, if you have a good night's sleep, then your mind is more calmer, you know? Yes,
exactly. And I think going for a walk, I used to go for a walk when I could. Obviously, I couldn't in the COVID period, but I'd go out into the garden just to get some fresh air. Absolutely. It helps to, it just helps you to clear your head. Yes. You start walking and it helps to clear your head, and or talk to a friend, talk to somebody. Sometimes talking to somebody, it takes your mind off you, and then you're then, you know, so you find
absolutely, and sometimes focus on somebody else's problem, so you don't think of your problem, you're focusing on somebody. There's lots of self-help. So thank you for sharing your tips, Shirley, because obviously you recovered recently, so there's lots of practical things that people can take on board, you know, which is really helpful. And so my final question to you, Shirley, you know, if you were to leave one thoughts with people who actually very worried about pandemic, or becoming ill, or worry about their families, friends, what would that be?
Well, there are some people who recommend that they would like to have the vaccine, but there is also evidence to suggest that there are still people that can still get the COVID even after having the vaccine, because it's not foolproof of getting it, because there's different variants. But one of the things that I would strongly recommend is people to boost their immune system. We have a fantastic immunity system where we have white cells and the macrophages, which is a type of white cell, and all these things that actually can fight infection. So it's important to keep your immune system, because if your immune system is compromised, then you're more likely to then get ill. Even if you're somebody who has a cold, you might have an underlying health condition. It's important to have, you know, your vitamins that you need. Another thing that I forgot to say was having some omega-3 in your diet as well, because we don't, 9 times out of 10, many of us do not have enough omega-3 oils. So you can actually buy the oil and have it, the organic oil, and have that, or you can have mackerel, oily fish, twice a week. But it's actually making sure that you've got the supplements, because people say, well, why do I need to take supplements? Well, there's not enough in the foods that we're eating now, because most of the foods have been processed. Most of them have been sprayed with things. You know, you're not getting like you're going to go to a tree and pick it off the tree there again. Something's happened to it before it got to your house, or something's happened to the meat before it got on your plate. So you need those supplements to be able to support you. Having leafy greens, so you're keeping your iron, so iron levels up. you're keeping your proteins level up, and trying to have a well-balanced diet as well. Because if you eat well, sleep well, and get enough rest, hydrate yourself, because our body's made up with 2/3 of water. So by hydrating, that can also help your body to be better as well. But I think importantly, sleeping is important, because you wake up foggy if you don't. How many times have you woken up foggy when you haven't had sleep? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't function today?
I can't function without my sleep at all. No.
Yeah, and then you just feel like that just messes your day up, because
Yeah.
you just feel like, oh, I just feel like, oh, so it's really important. Those, and I know they might feel like basic things, but those things are the things that are going to help to keep you well by doing that.
Well, thank you very much, Shirley, sharing your story of bouncing back from COVID. And we talked about, different people have different experience, but at the end of the day is mental attitude. And lots of things is how we react to things, because if you're reacting very fearfully, that our mind takes over our body. But if you look at a solution focused way, what can I do? How can I keep myself healthy and boost my immune system? And that way you're looking at solution, looking at problem. And when you look at a solution, your confidence level stay up and you don't go down. And when you stay up, your body is on natural immune start, kickstarts. So you're already boosting your immune system with your mind before even you take anything.
Definitely.
So,
and I also think that if you are somebody, because I live on my own, but lucky I have a good neighbor, and my brother lives across the road, so they came and cooked for me and left it at the door, sort of thing. But if you are on your own, because being in isolation anyway can make you feel depressed and low, talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. If you've got a close friend, or even if you want to talk to a doctor, call the emergency, but the 111 services, and speak to somebody. If it's in the middle of the night and you can't sleep and you want to speak to somebody about how you're feeling. I think it's definitely important to talk and say, it's okay not to be okay. Just talk to somebody. Don't bottle things up, because that is when things are going to get worse.
Absolutely. And I think during COVID, local authority go a special helpline as well. So you can actually call up and talk to somebody. There's every local authority, but is it Samaritans go, they have a free number, which I'll put you under the video actually. If you're feeling low and very low, there's free helpline. It doesn't cost you anything. So at least there is somebody to talk to if you don't have like many friends. So definitely reaching out to people definitely would help, And
I'm happy if anybody wants to reach out to me and talk to me, because we do free consultation.
And me too. I was gonna say to audience, you got Shirley details and you'll have my details. So if you are worried about something, if you want to talk, we both have feel free to DM us and we'll be more than happy to talk to you. So thank you, Shirley, for your time. And to audience, please do share this video, like and subscribe, because what we want the message to get to everyone, so everyone can take care of themselves, boosting their immune system, deal with issue. I mean, COVID is just one pandemic, but we have lots of issue every time. There's something else new comes in. It's not long that new things doesn't come up. So it's all about finding a way to deal with life challenges. Whether it's pandemic or something else. So so I'm Parul, life and leadership coach. And if you're interested in coaching or need help, message me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. Follow Shirley in her social media page, and you'll know more about. Shirley does lots of health stuff. So you can see what she does, and you can message her as well. So we will be coming back with another episode of interviews related to confidence by another topic. So I will say goodbye for now, and thank you very much, Shirley.
Thank you for having me, Parul. Thank you to your audience for watching.
Take care.